At 6:42 p.m., Michael Turner was refreshing a sales dashboard. At 6:42 p.m., his 8-year-old daughter was standing on a school stage, scanning the audience. There was one empty folding chair in the front row. Sarah, his wife, had saved it for him. He didn't know.
Michael was 38, regional director, reliable, always reachable. He believed something deeply American. If you outwork everyone, your family will be safe. He grew up watching his dad work double shifts, watching bills pile up, watching stress live in the walls of their home. He promised himself his kids would never feel that kind of uncertainty. So he built stability. Late nights, early flights, phone always on. He called it responsibility. And it was. But responsibility can quietly turn into absence. At 9:58 p.m., he finally played Sarah's voicemail.
Hey, call me when you can.
Her voice was calm. Too calm. When he walked in, the house was dim, dishwasher humming, backpack by the stairs. Sarah sat at the kitchen table.
You forgot, didn't you?
His brain searched deadlines, forecasts, numbers. Nothing.
Emma's presentation.
She said gently. She kept looking at the door. He felt something sink in his chest.
There was an empty chair next to me. You'd be there.
No anger, just truth. And truth doesn't need volume to hurt. Michael wasn't careless. He had two powerful strengths: ambition that refused to quit, and a deep sense of responsibility. Those traits paid the mortgage, built their savings, made sure emergencies weren't disasters. They were good traits, necessary traits, but they carried shadows. He measured his worth by productivity. He believed handling everything alone was strength. In his mind, slowing down meant falling behind. And in a culture that rewards constant motion, stopping feels like risk. So he kept moving, and slowly the distance grew. The next morning, he stared at his calendar. Color-coded blocks from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. He hovered over Wednesday at 5:30. Client strategies sync. His finger paused. Then he deleted it. He blocked 2 evenings a week. No meetings, no exceptions. It felt reckless. It felt uncomfortable. It felt necessary. He told his boss, "I don't want to miss another one." His boss studied him, then nodded.
Yeah, I get that.
A few nights later, during dinner, his phone buzzed. Major client. The kind of call that usually overrides everything. It buzzed again. Emma was explaining magnets for her science fair. Michael looked at the screen, then at his daughter. For years, he believed providing meant answering every call. This time, he turned the phone face down and stayed. Nothing collapsed. The client emailed, the deal survived. But something inside that house changed. At Emma's next school event, Michael arrived early. He sat in the first row. No empty chair this time. When Emma stepped on stage, she didn't search the room. She already knew. And when she smiled at him, it felt heavier than any promotion he'd ever earned. Ambition is not the enemy. Hard work is honorable. Providing is love. But when productivity becomes identity, we start confusing motion with meaning. One day, the meetings will end. The inbox will quiet. The calendar will clear. When someone you love looks into a crowd, make sure they don't see an empty chair. If this felt familiar, that's not weakness, that's awareness. And awareness is where real strength begins.